And next, our second finalist will be Ashlee Robison.
Hello.
Hi, Ashlee.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm great.
Tell us a little bit about what you will be presenting.
Totally. So I'm from Fort Lewis College, and I researched one of the largest threats to honeybee populations in the world.
Okay, so you're going to share how sweet it sounds with us.
Definitely.
Okay, well, let's get started.
All right.
Everyone, Ashlee Robison.
Hello. My name is Ashlee Robison, and I have a love affair with fruit. I love raspberries and mangoes and apples. Does anyone else enjoy eating fruit in the audience? Oh man, everyone, okay. Well, the one thing all of these fruits have in common is that they're pollinated by honeybees. And honeybees, what they have in common is the Varroa mite. One of the largest parasites of the honeybee in the United States today is this small insect right here. And the way that it works is that it sucks the bee's blood, or hemolymph. And while it's not as attractive as some of the current vampires you're used to seeing, it's in essence a small vampire. Now, the reason why the Varroa mite is so critical to treat is that the way that these vampires kill the Varroa mites is by sucking the hemolymph, as I mentioned. But the problem is that they're just as effective at killing these mites, or killing these insects, these honeybees, as vampires are at killing humans. So if Varroa mites are the problem, if they're the villain, you might say, of the story, Thymol is the hero. Thymol is the essence of thyme. The same plant that you cook with every day in your own kitchen also has anti-mite properties. Now this is where the story starts. Thymol has been already in effect across the country by beekeepers. They're using it to treat their hives right now. The problem is the way that we're delivering the Thymol. We're fumigating hives the same way that we fumigate termites inside houses. So in essence, on a hot day, it works really well, but on a cold day, it's almost ineffective. The other problem is that there are certain parts of the hive that are inaccessible to treatment, and this is the exact spot where Varroa mites are reproducing. So we need to figure out a new way to deliver Thymol to the places we need it the most at the right times. So what we're going to do at Fort Lewis College is we're going to deliver the medicine a little sweeter. So what we've done is attached a Thymol molecule to a sugar molecule. Well, why do you ask? Do we have to do that? Well, Thymol smells like Listerine, and bees want to eat sugar. So they're not going to voluntarily eat Thymol. So we had to use synthetic organic chemistry tricks to get the job done. But once we have this molecule created, we can now feed bees this solution in a Thymol sugar solution when the Varroa mites are attacking. Then the two molecules break apart, the Thymol becomes activated in the bee's system. Thus, wherever the bee goes, it's already immune to the Varroa mites in the right place, at the right time, in every part of the hive. Proving once and for all that sugar really does make the medicine go down. Thank you very much.
Ashlee, that sounds very sweet to me. Let's see how it sounds to our panel of judges. Sam, what do you think?
Very nice job, Ashlee. I thought you did a very nice job connecting a lot of different things that people might not have thought to connect. So, apples and, mangoes, you usually don't think about connecting those, and then bringing thyme in and bees and wrapping all those things together. I think that's one thing that science can really do well, is make people see connections between things that they don't normally see. So I thought you did a very nice job with that. And another thing you did a nice job was with setting up a problem and making it seem, dramatic. There's this big problem, we can't deliver it, but then delivering a solution at the end. So you kind of make it dramatic, make people interested, and then make it more satisfying at the end by saying, hey, we do, have a way to get at this. So I thought that was a very nice way to structure the whole thing. One thing I did notice was at the very beginning, you popped up the slide about killing vampires, and then it kind of jumped away from that. Mm-hmm. And so for a moment there, I was a little confused about where it was going, because it was going vampires to fruit or something like that. So maybe, if you had a little more time or something, just mentioning and saying, I'm going to be going this place, that's why I have this up there, and then going into it.
Totally.
Nice job. I love the fact that you started off with the love affair with fruit. That really brought me in, and I found it really engaging. I thought it was a great choice. And also, one of the first questions you asked, I felt that it was really effective, that you really asked the audience, and that you really took them in and responded to their answer. And it wasn't some pat response that was rehearsed. It was authentic and happening in you. You were really listening in that moment. Good for you. Also, I love the use of analogies and the story, how you wove it into a story with villain and hero. And the use of the vampire, I liked that very much. And I actually wanted to see that come back in again, in some capacity at the end. And I thought that you definitely did fill your purpose of how to fight the decline. Thank you.
Kiki?
Thank you so much for the work that you're doing. Honeybees are so important, first off. And for your presentation, I thought overall it was just fantastic. I think the beginning, I would have liked to have gotten a little bit more energy from you right off the bat.
Totally.
The love affair with fruit was wonderful, but it built, which eventually when you started talking about the actual problem you were working on, all of a sudden that's when I really started feeling your interest in it, and really I felt like I started connecting more to your story and what you were talking about, because your personal passion and interest really started coming out. So if there's a way to get that in there right in the beginning a little bit more, I think it would have been better. And then also I agree with the villain and the hero, and I think there is a little bit of massaging of the story that could be done to get the facts of what you're telling and that story out a little bit more smoothly.
Totally.
But great work. Thank you.
So Ashlee, do you have any thoughts about the suggestions that have been provided? In particular, the one about the level of energy and the transitioning of your presentation?
No, totally. I really appreciate being given the chance to come up here and practice and stuff. And I really wanted to give a round of applause for these two ladies down here who gave us our training yesterday. And they really helped out a lot. And it was all thanks to them that I made it up here in the beginning. So
Thanks again for being one of the finalists and presenting here this evening. Another round of applause for Ashlee Robison. How sweet the sound.